Hello, beautiful ladies. I'm so excited for bonus day number 1. I hope you're all doing well. And I've been getting some beautiful feedback from our 3 days together already. A lot of work has been happening and experiences, and it's just been wonderful. So grateful. I did feel important to do these bonus nights because there is so much more for us to talk about. We've talked about reconnecting to ourselves. We talked about choosing growth, and we've talked about living in alignment. But today I want to talk about something that ties all of those pieces together. And how do we actually create a life that feels lighter? Not because our circumstances magically change, but because we begin changing. And I just want to invite you to get comfortable and close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you truly felt peaceful? Not distracted, not simply getting through the day, but genuinely peaceful. And what did that feel like? Where were you? Who were you with? What were you doing? Take another deep breath. Now slowly open your eyes. That feeling, that peace is available to you more often than you probably realize. You may have heard people talk about raising your vibration. Sometimes that phrase can sound confusing or a little too out there. So I'd like to simplify it. To me, raising your frequency means creating more moments where you feel connected, peaceful, grateful, joyful, and fully present. It's not about pretending life is perfect. It's not about avoiding difficult emotions. It's about creating habits that help your nervous system return to balance more quickly. We spend all day living in stress. Our body stays in survival mode. When we're constantly rushing, comparing, worrying, trying to prove ourselves, our mind and body begin believing that's normal. But here's the beautiful part. We can teach our bodies something different. There was a time in my life when stress felt normal. I would wake up feeling stressed. My day would be stressed. I would go to bed feeling stressed. And even at night, I would wake up stressed, thinking about, everything. Thinking about the day that had happened, thinking about what the new day was going to be like. It just was constant stress. Taking care of everyone else came really naturally, but taking care of myself didn't. I honestly didn't know what peace felt like. I thought peace would come someday. And after I accomplished enough, after life slowed down, after everything was finally under control, but that day never came. It wasn't until I started creating small daily practices that everything changed. I've talked about it this week: meditation, movement, gratitude, being in nature, learning to breathe. And those small habits slowly changed how I experienced my life. Not because life became easier, but because I became more grounded. And I have a great story that I like to remember when I first felt peace. And I was at work, and I work in the healthcare environment, and there was a person that worked there that I felt, to me, caused me stress, caused me to have challenges. And I avoided this person at work. You know, if I saw them, I went the other way. I just did not want to be around them because something was going to come up that would just make me feel even more anxious. And as I was doing this work, there was a time I had an interaction and I was okay. I was like, oh my goodness, okay, I see that. I see them. I see them in the state that they're in, which has nothing to do with me. And I went back to my office and I was like, is this peace? I feel peace. And it just blew my mind at how comfortable I felt even after interacting with this person. And it was so interesting because I wanted to have another interaction with them to see if it was real. And it was. And that was the beginning of me really noticing how much work I had done. And it felt amazing. It felt amazing to be in a chaotic situation, but be peaceful. It just blew my mind. I had no idea people could feel like that. And it's still true to today. I still just have this beautiful life of where I have peace. And when something does come up, I question it. It's that awareness, that gold, and I question it. And there are 5 great ways to start building this for yourself. Gratitude is one of the biggest emotions that can help you raise your frequency, your vibration. Gratitude changes what our brains pay attention to. Our minds naturally look for problems, and gratitude gently teaches our brain to notice beauty, abundance, and possibility. One of the best ways, for years, I have a gratitude journal, and I wish I would have brought it down because I made it fun. I picked out a really beautiful notebook. I have different colored pens, and every day I do it in a different color, so it just looks like a rainbow. And I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. I write down what I'm grateful for and then why. Why am I grateful for it? And when I first started this, I would pick really easy things. But the more I dove in, I chose things or people that I was struggling with. Why was I grateful for them? Why? And it's such a beautiful practice to have every day. It's just so powerful. Another thing that I do every day is I spend time in nature. The earth itself has its own frequency, and nature can regulate you. Notice next time you're sitting by water, how does it feel? How do you feel as you hear it? Sometimes you might even feel it. How do you feel? What about walking through the trees? The sound, the light, the smell. How about watching a sunrise? Have you had a moment where you could just sit and watch the sunrise? Oh, so beautiful. I love the sun. And this time of year, it's pretty hot, but I still like going out there and just feeling it. I just love that warmth. And nature reminds us to slow down, and it brings us to the present moment. It's really interesting too, because I had a dear friend that actually, it was one of the first hikes I'd been on in years. And, you know, her pattern of hiking was just go, just get to your destination. It was more of a workout, which is great. Absolutely great. And it's so beautiful when you're out in nature and hiking and just seeing everything. And so now when I do it, I take pictures and I just sit and notice things and look around. And another beautiful day, which here in Utah, I was hiking with my daughter, and we were just on a normal hike that we go to all the time, and I just was looking around, and I saw the biggest coyote that I have ever seen, and it was magical. And it wasn't too far away. I did not feel scared, but I just was like, if I wasn't looking around, I would have totally missed this. And it just was so grounding and just really let me see, what all that's all encompassing around me. It was so powerful. And it is one of my favorite places to heal, is just outside. I love it. I love it. I love hiking in the mountains. I love being in the desert. I always leave feeling more grounded. And nature has become one of my greatest teachers. Number 3 is caring for your body. And movement is not punishment, although it can feel like it, especially when you first start. And it's important to be very gentle. And when you are moving daily, you're giving gratitude for the body that carries you. Your body likes to move. It was made to move. And it's just a way of giving back. Eating really nutritious foods, being someone that buried their emotions in food. I gained up to 260 pounds. And one of the ways that has really helped me change that is when I eat food, I ask, what is the nutritional value in this? What is this going to do for my body? Is it going to fuel it? Is it going to give it vitamins and minerals? Or is it going to give it empty calories and a stomach ache later? I love drinking water. It is so soothing. Our bodies are made up of a lot of water. And I love adding electrolytes to it. And so I crave it. It's just so, so good. Stretching is just so important. And I think one of the biggest things for me has been resting and sleeping. And I had to do a lot of work around a healthy sleep routine. And it's really powerful when you're able to, biohack your sleep, what you can learn, depending on what's waking you up. An interesting thing is waking up at night. I learned for me was 2 things, and one of them was my blood sugar would spike depending on what I would eat, and it would wake me up. And another thing was my hormones, and I had to really get those regulated. Um, Another was stress. Too much stress increases your cortisol. And the older we get, we don't have the flexibility that we used to have to process it. So it woke me up. And having a great relaxing routine, which meditation's a part of that, has helped me biohack that. The goal isn't perfection. It isn't. The goal is being aware of your body, what she needs, and supplying that. It really is a beautiful way to honor your body. And number 4, protecting your energy. Pay attention to what you're consuming, whether it's social media or the news or even certain conversations. Relationships can be a big one. Having really healthy relationships. And I'm going to be a little vulnerable here where one of my husband, showing up in a way of having to do everything for myself and not asking for help or needing him. I'm independent. I can do it. Really sabotaged my relationship with him. And we're in a place now where I am present and ask him for help and tell him my worries or my fears. And it has just been so magical to see how healthy our relationship has become. And, that past me, I blamed him for everything. Everything. And as I was doing this healing work, I was like, oh my gosh, I did that. I literally did that. And I took a lot of responsibility and a lot of awareness about how I was showing up. And it just was such a gift. And one of the great things you can do is to ask yourself, does this leave me feeling lighter or heavier? And that information is the gold. It is the awareness. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's necessary. And sometimes you need help to work through that. And the last one is choosing presence. Joy doesn't usually happen in the future. It happens right now. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to work for it. It is right now, while you're drinking your favorite drink, laughing with your family, watching the sunset, listening to birds, holding someone's hand. Presence is where life actually happens. So if you have your notebook or paper or your workbook, I just would invite you to write down a few things. I want you to ask yourself, what gives you energy? What drains your energy? Who helps you feel like yourself? What habits leave you feeling peaceful? What is one thing you can let go of this week? And now we're going to walk through a guided meditation. I talk about meditation a lot, don't I? I invite you to close your eyes and take a slow breath in. Imagine yourself standing in a beautiful meadow just after sunrise. The sun is coming up. You can see it sparkling on the trees and the flowers near you. You start to feel the warmth of the sun touch your face. You feel completely safe. And as you breathe in, imagine golden light filling every part of your body. And as you exhale, release stress. Breathe in the golden light, feel it in your body. And exhale, release fear. Breathe in that beautiful golden light. And exhale, release expectations. Breathe in that beautiful golden light. Exhale and release the need to prove yourself. You're going to breathe in peace and breathe out tension. Breathe in joy and breathe out overwhelm. Now silently repeat or out loud, I choose peace. I choose presence. I choose gratitude. I choose joy. I choose alignment. And allow yourself to simply rest here. When you're ready, take one more deep breath and slowly open your eyes. How did that feel? Those of you that are think that you struggle with meditation, how was that experience? It's so powerful, and that was so short. And if you gave it a shot, you did it. That's beautiful. So the next thing I want to do is I want to share with you a case study. And this case study is one of my beta clients. And we worked together last September. And I just want to share her experience with you. hoping to experience, heal, or reconnect with?
Well, I was hoping to understand better, like what were exactly my needs. I really needed to understand. I'm hoping to heal. Like what were exactly my needs. I was very, I don't know, emotionally to understand.
I'm just going to pause it for a minute.
Confused, to heal. Um, I was very, I don't know, emotionally to understand.
I'm just going to pause it for a minute.
Confused, to heal. I was very.
I'm going to stop sharing real quick while I figure this out. I'm going to stop sharing real quick while I figure this out. Stop sharing real quick while I figure this out. I did it. Okay, here we go.
And
you guys are so patient with me. Thank you.
why.
Thank you. What were you most hoping to experience, heal, or reconnect with?
Well, I was hoping to understand better, like what were exactly my needs. I really needed to understand. I'm hoping to heal. I was very, I don't know, emotionally kind of confused, sad, mad, and I was hoping to kind of trying to understand how to reconnect again with me, with my real self. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like all my life I've been always, I think I told you, trying to please other people, trying to please my family, doing things for other people because I was taught that you need to be generous, you need to be nice, and that's my job as a woman. And suddenly, I don't know, I find myself like I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted in life. Um, I was very lost, and I needed to reconnect again with myself and know myself better and understand what I needed. And so that was probably the major thing. And I was hoping to that through this course I could, I don't know, find hope. And I found it. I found hope. I found that inside myself there is so much more than I knew. I had no idea. Well, I have learned so much. I learned so much more about myself that we are not just our thoughts or our actions. We are inside ourselves. We have this self light being or power that is connected to something bigger than we even imagine. And I found hope again, and I'm very excited to continue this journey. This is just the beginning. There is so much more I have to walk through, so much more I need to learn about myself. This is just the beginning, but I have tools and knowledge and understanding of what was going on, what happened to me, and where I can go from now on. And this has, I don't know, given me so much joy, peace, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I cannot explain myself very well, but a little bit of everything that I just said is the truth, is how I feel.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What inner shift, awareness, or transformation stands out the most for you?
Transformation. Yeah, there is something that I really like is the higher self. You thought about we need to understand, recognize ourselves when we are in our lower self or our higher self. And we can know that because when you are connected with your higher self, you're aligned with your true self, and usually you feel peace and love and connection with people and with yourself. When you're at your lower self, usually you feel fear and confusion, jealousy, things like that. And that has been really, really powerful for me, because at the beginning I was like, well, what does that mean? But I understand better and better, and I'm even not thinking about it, that naturally in my daily life, I just recognize, like, oh, wait a minute, like this morning, um, I was kind of feeling a little bit like anger. I was angry with a certain subject. And then immediately I thought, oh, wait a minute, I felt anger. Why? And what was going on? And I know I don't like it being there. I don't like that. And immediately, like, I just took a deep breath, and I thought about why I was where I was angry, and little by little, I put myself in that place where I would just feel peace, compassion, and love. So that's one of the things that I feel like has affected me the most, since I started this program, recognizing when I'm in my higher self and my lower self, and always try to be in my higher self, to be in alignment and feel peace and love. And that's one of the major things. And there are so many other things. But another thing, like the morning routine, love it, love it. I cannot live without my meditation, my reading book to personal development, my movement. Anyway, the morning routine changes my day, and I love it. And I don't know, there's so many things, but I feel like these two things are the most important things that has resonated deeply in myself. I apply very deeply every day in my life, and I see the results.
Wonderful. So, how has your relationship with yourself changed since the beginning of this journey?
The relationship with myself. I love myself for the first time, I feel like, in my life. I feel like I see myself like a little girl sometimes, and I want to protect her, or protect me, and I just love myself. And I couldn't say that before. Before I hated myself, and I have so many weaknesses. Um, I was always, I don't know, but now love for myself has grown very, very much. I respect myself. I feel like I need to take care of myself. That's priority number one. And when I take care of myself, everybody else around me gets the benefits from it. And yeah, I feel a lot more confident, less scared, um, and I just want to take care of myself and I keep growing and be better, and I don't know, and I just want to keep growing, grow, and open my mind, and yeah, that's that's how I feel it has. I have changed with the relationship with myself.
Beautiful. Such a beautiful story. Such a beautiful story. And I just thought it was really important to share someone's experience because a lot of times we don't know what the outcome could be. And the work is very powerful, and it's something that you do for yourself. And just like Anna said, she shows up so differently for everybody else. And just so powerful. Absolutely love it. And I wanted to share that again because um, I'm opening up my founders group, and this will be a 6-month program. And we start July 20th, and it incorporates meetings with me one on one and meetings as a group. And the group will not be in Facebook, it is a private group. So you just really get to share your experiences and listen to other women. And it is so powerful when you see that you are not alone, when you see that other women feel the same you do. And I'm so excited for this. If it is something that you're curious about or would like to learn more and see if it's right for you at this time in your life, please reach out, DM me, or put in the comments with this video that you want more. And I will schedule a call with you, and we can just do a 20-30 minute phone call to see if this is the right thing for you. And, you know, like I've talked about, meditation, that is a part of the program. But there's so many modalities that you learn and so much work that you do for yourself. I am doing Monday, we're going to do our last evening together. And it's our second bonus session. And we're going to be doing some breath work. And breath work is one of the most powerful modalities in releasing trauma and really starting that connection with yourself. And so I really hope you join or watch it later if you're unable to join, but it is just so powerful. I personally do breath work. I try to do it every week. It's just amazing. So thank you so much for being here tonight, and I am excited to hear your thoughts. I'm excited to hear what takeaways that you've had over these last 4 nights. And I would just love to hear it. It's been beautiful to hear those that have shared with me some of the insights that have come up. It's just so beautiful. And it's hard because I can't see you. I can only see myself. And so I want to see you. I want to see how things are going. So please let me know, and I'm really looking forward to spending one more evening with you. So I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you on Saturday. Or not Saturday, Monday. I'll see you Monday.